And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a live stream here on the Film Stock channel. It is Wednesday, November 19th. I'm about 5 or 6 minutes late. Apologies on my end. But I do have a Diet Dr. Pepper. And guess what? I have a water as well. So there will be plenty of Diet Dr. Pepper and or water breaks throughout the stream. Let's go ahead and open this up. Come on now. Caffeinated beverage. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. But this is a live Q&A. We're hanging out, talking movies, talking shows. I've seen Wicked for Good. I have a review out on the channel. I'm sure that will come up. We are 1 week away from Stranger Things Season 5 premiering. Nuts. On top of that, we're just in the holiday season. We're almost to Christmas. Thanksgiving is next week. Really is the most wonderful time of the year. So it's a great day to be alive, and I'm happy to be here. So welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys in the chat. We got 150 people in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that like button if you're in here live. It helps out tremendously. If you're here on the replay, which you know a lot of you guys do check these out on the replay, thank you for being here and consider hitting the like button. And the number one way to guarantee I can get to your question, comment, concern is to send in a super chat. It pops up immediately. It's also a huge way to help support the channel. I'm actually going to go ahead and post on my Instagram story very quickly that I am live, just to inform people of that. Boom, that's taken care of there. It should upload momentarily. But we're in the end game for season 5. Wicked's in the air. Like, there's just lots to be excited about. So let's have a good stream. Let's have a good stream. And I want to see how long it takes for you guys to notice something different in frame. All right. This is your hint right now. All right. We'll see. We'll get to it. Someone will notice it, and then I'll discuss it further. But this is your hint right there. Okay. It's going to be a good stream. I'm looking forward to it. I see there were people in here earlier today. Thank you all for being in here. I see we have a super chat left from earlier today from Michael. Shout out, Michael. It says, hey, Chris, what is your most anticipated ep in Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1 specifically? I'm excited for The Vanishing of and Sorcerer. Yeah. I'm excited to see what the actual title is of The Vanishing of. Are they going to say on Netflix, like on November 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be in about a week and 2 hours, when we sit down and pull up Netflix and the first 4 episodes are all there, if we scroll to the second episode, will it say The Vanishing of ... or will it say The Vanishing of insert name here? I'm leaning they're going to have it as The Vanishing of until later on, and then we won't know who vanishes until we hit play on the episode and within the first 5 or so minutes, the vanishing maybe occurs, and then the opening title sequence happens, and that's when we find out. But to answer the question, I mean, it's really impossible not to say Sorcerer, to be honest, Michael. It is maybe one of the most hyped up episodes of the show. I mean, if you go to Instagram right now, go to Ross Dover's Instagram, he has a post where he's discussing that episode and how it was the most logistically insane shoot of their lives, and how basically the episode's going to be mad in a good way. And so that one, based on what we've heard, based on what we've seen, that seems to be one of the, not only the best episode of maybe Volume 1, but of the show as a whole. And so that's my answer. I think that's the one that we're all kind of the most excited for. Obviously, my cop-out answer would be all of them for individual reasons. But as of right now, I got to say that the Sorcerer is going to be special, in my opinion. So that's the one, Michael. That's the one. But thank you for leaving a super chat in here. That is the way to go again to guarantee I get your question, comment, concern. Sean, I'm doing well. Glad to see you in here. Shout out Starcourt, the man, always in here. Shout out Jacob. Go check out actually right now. And Jacob, feel free to share the link. I went on the Starcourt Food Court podcast and with Cameron and Jacob, along with Damien from Into the Upside Down. And we discussed final predictions for Stranger Things Season 5, as well as some big swings and how we would feel if those ended up happening in the show or not. We had a blast. That episode is on Spotify right now. It's linked on my Instagram story, but it was a real fun time, so be sure to check that out. Streets are saying there's a final trailer dropping Sunday. From what I read, it says exclusive content drop. It doesn't specifically say trailer from what I've seen. However, I wouldn't be surprised if this were the final trailer for Volume 1. I'm leaning it being that or a new clip or some sort of like TV spot type promo. But Sunday the 23rd, there's like a Ride Your Bike event in LA. I forget the exact title of it. But it does sound like we're going to get something exclusive, and that's great. That's only a few days away now. So very much looking forward to Sunday to get that finally. get some more footage. I mean, we're almost there. I'm gonna watch everything no matter what, but we're very close now. We're very close now. Network 98 in here says, "Hey Chris, hashtag the craving. The streak remains intact. Hashtag the craving is a long-running inside joke / bit on the channel for those who don't know what it is. Thoughts on Dancing with the Stars eliminations last night? I was pretty hyped, honestly. There's a reaction, I think, on Cam's TikTok, but I was pretty pumped. We both were. We wanted Whitney to go home, and she went home. And you know, why did she leave? She didn't have the fan vote. And I don't know if you guys are into the know with the what's it called? The Cam cameo. Did you hear we were talking about Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Yeah, thoughts on the elimination?
Thoughts on the elimination? I praise Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted Whitney to go home, and she went home, and it was good to see her leave. And the finals next week are going to be exciting. It is wild that Zac Efron finally showed up for the semifinals.
He's the reason
to support Dylan.
He's the reason that Dylan didn't get eliminated last night, by the way. Yep. It should have been Dylan, but I'm not complaining. Yeah,
so there you go. There's our Indy and Cam cameo. And Dancing with the Stars finale, I think it's 3 hours next Tuesday. So we have 3 hours of that, and then the next day, 4.5 hours of Stranger Things. So it's going to be a great week for media. Great week for TV, reality, and otherwise. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Whoa, Indy, careful. Whoa.
I haven't revealed it yet. I was waiting for people, but now I will reveal it. I was waiting for someone to notice. It hasn't been yet.
They couldn't see it, though.
I know. I had teased what it was, but that's correct. There is film stocked Firefly merch now. And it's not on sale yet, but it goes on sale this Friday. If you guys hadn't guessed it by now,
it was Indy's fault.
Yeah, Indy's the one who knocked the camera down to reveal that. Yeah, so Firefly,
guys,
crushed it with this design. It's an embroidered crew neck, and see you on the other side, because obviously that's what I say at the end of my videos. Film stocked in the upside down text, and then the Mind Flayer. So it goes on sale this Friday, which is exciting. And it'll be on sale for, I don't know how long it'll be out there, but it is going to be a limited edition thing. This is the crew neck version, and then there's a t-shirt as well. That is not embroidered. That is like printed on, but the t-shirt I'm not wearing it right now, but this is the crew neck version, and that'll be on sale. And shout out Firefly. I have tons of her designs. I have some other new ones I'll be showcasing in videos upcoming. Recently, the HNL Hawkins National Lab one, but
do you see that?
He's something.
I think the merch turned out really, really cool.
She crushed it. So
I think it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't really do merch ever. I did like a brief merch run in like 2020, maybe even 2021. It wasn't anything special. It's something I designed or Cam helped me with, but it's nothing legit. This is legit, and this is like embroidered, super nice quality, and she crushed it. So yeah, that is coming soon, and I will keep you guys posted with the promotion of that, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to it. And again, there's no way I'm getting everything in the chat. I'm gonna try my best to, but yeah, let's discuss. All right, let's see. Where was I in the chat? I shall. Okay, let me find my spot real quick. And let me take a sip of this as well. There was a lot of noise coming from the other room, to be completely honest. And I was like, I'm getting overstimulated. There was like a sink running. We're good now. Okay. I was somewhere in the chat. Okay, this is what I think I was answering. This is what I'm going to answer now. I am doing a final predictions for Volume 1 video. I am going to do individual predictions, I want to say, for every single volume leading up to it. So next week on like Monday or Tuesday, probably I might do the day before. I can't decide. I'm going to do a final predictions video specifically for the first 4 episodes. Then I'll do one again for the next 3, right, which are on Christmas, which is Volume 2. And then I'll do a finale prediction video as well. That's kind of what I'm leaning. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for that. Emma, welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Good to see you guys here. Cheeto Cool, what's up? 1 week, you got that right. We're almost there, guys. We are almost there. And next week, I will be doing a pregame hype up Volume 1 stream. It'll be 1 week from today. I think I'll start it a few hours before the episodes drop, just so we can all get together, talk about it, and get excited. But that'll probably be 5 p.m. Eastern, 3 hours, I'm thinking, before the episodes drop. Should be plenty of time to hang out and chat beforehand. So looking forward to it. We got a few more super chats rolling in here. Appreciate that, guys. Beautiful Monster says, what's one thing you don't want to happen in season 5? Mine is Vecna turning good / joining a crew to defeat the Mind Flayer, or at higher up, he has to pay. LOL. Yeah, I agree. I don't really want a redemption arc for him. I wouldn't abhor it. I wouldn't think it's an abomination if they did that, because I think there's a route they could do that where he was corrupted. But I mean, he's still evil, and I don't want to see a redemption for him. I think I'm off that. So I'm with you here. I don't need that. I think the same can be said for I don't want to see the evil forces win in the show. I don't want to see Vecna or the Mind Flayer, whoever it may be, come out on top. I don't think the show's going to do that, but I'm with you. I think Vecna's got to die. Ace says, whose character's story are you most excited to see the end of? I think I might go. That's tough. I think I might actually genuinely say Will, just because there's so much intrigue around his character, especially after the first 5 minutes. Will's not one of my personal favorite characters, but I'm the most intrigued to see how his character comes to a close, because of how pivotal of a role he's going to have with relation to Vecna and the Upside Down. I mean, again, those first 5 minutes solidify that. And then if you think about why was he taken in that first episode, we're going to get the answer to that. And so I think I might be the most excited to see that, and how that relationship, that character's story come to a close with relation to Vecna, because everything revolves around, him getting taken there. And so that's something I'm the most excited for. Obviously, I want to see a Hopper and Steve wrap up, but I am really intrigued about both Will and 11, especially in season 5. So those both intrigue me greatly. Let's see. Kaysen with a super chat. What's up, Chris? Do you think Will is a Horcrux for Vecna? Also, do you think if the Upside Down is destroyed, Will could perish with it? Great question. So in Stranger Things Rewind, which is over on my Patreon, me and Cam deep dive into every episode of the show. And we talk about how there are similarities to Harry Potter often. And it could make sense that Will has to die in order for Vecna to die because of their connection. I mean, the first 5 minutes, clearly something is being deposited into Will, as we would come to see in the final moments of season 1. He's coughing up what looks to be a slug in that moment, probably goes on to be a Demogorgon and or Dart. And so it's interesting for sure. I don't know if they want to fully go the Harry Potter route. If anything, I would lean more 11 and Vecna having to both die as opposed to Will. But I see where you're coming from. I think whoever it is, whether it's Will or 11, one of those two will have to die to fully close a gate, to fully eradicate the Upside Down and get rid of Vecna. I think it's going to be one of those two. I lean 11, but I could see your point here. There's that connection between Will and Vecna. Even says the line, you and I are going to do such beautiful things together, which I said this in Rewind today. We filmed the final 2 for season 4. There are so many moments where Vecna says beautiful. It's so distinct. It's a very clear choice for that character to use that word. He says it to Will in the opening 5 minutes. He says it 20 times to 11 in the piggyback. And I just wonder where that's coming from. We kind of dive into that as well. So I'm interested to see, but I think one of those two characters will die to kill Vecna. Fluenced with the super chat says, besides Ep 4, 7, and 8, what is your most hyped episode? 6. The Escape from Camazotz, with the Sean Levy directing and that title carrying a lot of weight. I think that episode is going to be special. Obviously, Ep 7, the bridge is co-directed by the Duffers and Sean Levy. Ep 8 is the series finale. Ep 4 is the Volume 1 finale. I would probably lean Escape from Camazotz being along with those episodes my most anticipated of the season, just because what the hell's going down there? Sean Levy always directs bangers, so that excites me. And Camazotz could involve various things. It could involve our gang being stuck in the Upside Down. It could involve Kaz the Bloody Handed. Could one of our characters take on that mantle? Could Eddie return? That's where we get a little more absurd, but we'll see. Diet Dr. Pepper's hitting different. I got to take another sip of that. By the way, here's this merch again. It's not on sale yet. It's comfy. And I'm just going to keep doing that because it's cool to wear. I've always wanted this, and it's here. It's awesome. Let's do a bit of a speed round here. And by the way, shout out Jay Hayes, my other moderator, one of the newer moderators here on the channel. Shout out him. If you see him and Jacob in the chat, show some respect. But no, they're doing good work. And again, welcome in everybody. Snack 245. Emmy, what's up? Slashers. Advertisement? No, I just love Diet Dr. Pepper. That'd be cool though one day, wouldn't it be? I promise I won't spoil anything from Wicked for Good. I will not. Trust me, I won't. What upcoming movies you're planning to watch? I saw 3 or 4 recently. Now You See Me 3, or Now You See Me, Now You Don't. The Running Man, Wicked for Good. I've only reviewed one of those on the channel because I saw the other 2 on my own time, and I have letterboxd reviews of them. But the Wicked for Good and Badlands are the 2 movies I've reviewed this month on the channel, at least. I've seen some other 2025 movies. I watched The Long Walk for the first time. My review of that is on letterboxd. And then I may see Zootopia 2 in theaters. I haven't fully decided. We'll see how it aligns with the calendar. All right. Speaking of, no, I'm so on the fence. I know I just referenced Zootopia. I don't know if I want to see it in theaters or not, because I need to watch the first still. That's one of the handful of Disney animated films I have not seen. Walt Disney Animation Studios, that is. And so we'll see. I'm a slacker, though. Next week, to be brutally honest, is going to be fully devoted to Stranger Things. And so to take time out of my evening to go watch Zootopia 2, I don't know if I can justify it, nor do I want to. And so like next week is going to be a whirlwind. And so I'm like, it's probably not going to happen. But, I want to watch it eventually because I want to finish out my Disney watch through. Final trailer Sunday. Hell yeah. You know what? My buddy Jacob did send me this. I'm glad you highlighted that because I know you had sent something to me. So I guess they dropped a schedule. There's part of this text that says exclusive trailer debut await. And then it says exclusive content debut. And so my eyes only had read that bottom part of the schedule, which said content debut. And so them clarifying trailer up top makes it sound like, 100% we're getting a final trailer on Sunday. So this Sunday, the 23rd, I'll be doing a final trailer reaction and breakdown. So stay tuned. It's going to be nuts. I'm telling you. Then I'll have a final predictions video. Then I'm going to have a live pregame leading up to it. Then I'm going to have a immediate reaction, a full breakdown of all 4 episodes, and a reaction to all 4 episodes. I'm going to have about 15 Diet Dr. Peppers every day. I'm going to be running on caffeine, and I don't know what else, but it's going to be nuts. So I'm looking forward to it. Probably get a public sub, for those who don't know what it is. My favorite sub sandwich in the world. It's going to be a fun time. So yeah, final trailer Sunday. It sounds like it, man. Good to see everyone in here, by the way. Rewatching season 3 right now. Enjoy. What's on your Christmas list? I haven't thought that far ahead. For those, my birthday's actually in 10 days. And so I always have to get through Thanksgiving and my birthday to think about Christmas. That's why, I know a lot of people, they go all in on Christmas on December 1st or November 1st or November, 15th or whatever. And I never have been able to do that because I can't, I have to get through my birthday and Thanksgiving before I can get in the Christmas spirit. And so I won't get into the Christmas spirit probably until December 1st, honestly. And yeah, it's going to be a very weird Christmas season because I'm Stranger Things is dominating it, obviously, but I'll still find time to watch my favorite movies and all that, but it's just going to be different, Christmas Day, we're all going to be talking about Stranger Things. Delicious. All right, we got a couple more super chats coming in here. I'm definitely going to get to those right now. Beautiful Monster with another one. They said, do you think the Mind Flayer will have a human-like physical form, kind of like how Henry turned into Vecna? Spider-like. I think the Mind Flayer will always remain a mysterious entity. You know what I mean? I think there are some elements of the Upside Down and what comes from it in Dimension X that will be left, with a sense of ambiguity to them, up to interpretation. Don't want to reveal all the answers. I think that with the Mind Flayer, could almost be, hear me out on this. Do you know what a Rorschach test is? It's Rorschach, one of those 2 pronunciations. It's like in psychology when you slide a drawing across the table and you ask someone to interpret what they see, and you could see a bunny rabbit, you could see, a butterfly, you could see a demon screaming, whatever it may be, you have a different interpretation of it, and that's supposed to align with your mental state or headspace. I learned about it in AP psychology back in the day, and it's just a known thing. Well, what if we know the Mind Flayer is an entity that is very ancient, but also has seemingly gone to other inferior species and conquered them in the past? I think they did that with the Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer. And so I am of the opinion that it would be pretty cool if, whatever species the Mind Flayer goes and conquers, they almost inhabit a host, or in this case, it would be Vecna, I guess, and it could have been a Demogorgon somewhere else. And that person can shape the Mind Flayer to whatever they like. That's why we see Henry shaping the Mind Flayer as a spider-like figure, because we know he has this fixation with these Black Widow spiders in his home, in his vents. And so to me, I'm like, I think that could be the case, where it's always going to be this entity that's just formed to look whatever this, its potential host looks like, or wants it to look like, rather. And so I think they're going to do a lot with the Mind Flayer. Just rewatch season 4, and at the end of 4, you're like, the show definitely wants us to think that Vecna is in control, but him being an unreliable narrator and him, factoring in facts from the play, I just have a really strong inkling that the Mind Flayer is actually the one who's corrupted him from the jump, and maybe been pulling the strings all along. And so we'll see, but I don't think we're going to see a human form. All right. With Volume 1 leaks, will they early screen Volume 2? So I haven't seen any Volume 1 leaks. I know they screened the first episode in like the UK and I think LA, maybe even Berlin recently, I saw. I haven't seen any of that stuff. I know they showed the first episode. I think I also heard they showed the first 5 minutes of the second episode. I don't think there's any intentions of screening anything further early. I think that even, I want to say, people who were able to do, journalists, right, who were doing interviews, were only allowed to see the first 3 episodes, is what I heard through the grapevine. And so that would make sense that no one has seen Sorcerer, and I highly doubt that anyone's going to be able to see past that early, because spoilers, leaks, etc. So no, I don't think they'll screen anything outside of those first episode and the first 3 for a select few. Other than that, I think they're going to keep it on lock, like heavy security lockdown. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay. We got another super chat here from Gareth. Thank you, Gareth. What is your take on the theory of Karen being related to Henry/1/Vecna? Also, hello from Ireland. Well, hello there to you. Thank you for watching from across the pond, in a sense. I think it's silly. I'm not saying it's dumb, but I think it's kind of silly. And it really gained a lot of traction around the time of, when was this? Season 4, character posters. There was a character poster for Karen Wheeler, and a lot of people, because I think the Creel house was front and center on that character poster, which I want to say it was for most of those posters anyway, people took that and ran with it as she is Henry's sister. And so I think that's silly. I think Henry's sister's dead, for starters. It would be a really big stretch for a retcon. However, if you rewatch the end of season 4, there is clearly a moment where, Henry won Vecna, whatever you want to call him in this instance, he shows, when he has Nancy in a trance, he shows her like what's to come. And about everything he said thus far is lined up with season 5. He talks about downtown Hawkins on fire, dead soldiers, monsters everywhere. All those 3 things we've seen in the season 5 footage. There's also a line where, Nancy's debriefing everyone, recounting what she was experiencing. And she's like, I saw, Karen, Holly, and Mike, and they were, and she never finishes her sentence, but it's kind of implying, oh, they might be dead. Well, who do we know is going to get attacked? We know that Karen and Holly are going to get attacked this season. Look, anything's possible here, but why would Vecna go after the Wheelers so hard? Maybe there is a relation there. It'd be a crazy theory. It would be one of those instances of people going from, wow, that's absurd, no shot, to it just becoming true. I mean, it would be nuts if that ended up being the case, but whoever initially predicted that should get tons of credit if it were to somehow come true. Rexplode from Invincible in the chat. Wild. Thank you for being here. From Beyond the Grave, right? Spoilers, I guess. Not really. Sorry about that one. Thank you. I appreciate the support. And season 5 next week, it feels surreal still that it's coming out. I'm really excited for it. This is an interesting one. Thoughts on the 6-7 meme? There are things in life where I realize that I'm old. I've been referred to as Unk in TikTok comments before, and I turned 26 in 10 days. It's beyond me. This is now where I'm starting to realize I am getting older. I know I'm not in my 30s or 40s or anything. I'm 25 currently, but the 6'7" thing, it's just so silly. And there was idiotic stuff when I was growing up too that was like a meme, but I think there was an endearing quality to it, like the stupid what was it? It would be like video challenges though. It would be more nuanced than 6'7". It would be like the Harlem Shake, or what's that one? The mannequin challenge, or like planking. It would be these stupid things that would just go viral. But I don't know. I'm not like hating on it. I just don't understand how it's had the legs that it's had. It's getting to the point where like I can't watch a football game without the announcers trying to make some joke about it. It's kind of cringe to see like college football announcers doing it. Like, I get it. It's popularity with kids. There's like tons of stuff that just goes viral like that. I get it. There's idiotic things and one-liners like, the whole damn Daniel with the white vans. That was when I was in like high school or middle school. I forget. But, there's just trends that come and go. That's what it is pretty much. I'm getting older now. And so I'm like, I don't really find stuff like that as funny. But again, I'm out of touch. I'm an old head, as they say. Rexplode says, I hope they don't leak Stranger Things bad today with Cobra Kai. Yeah, seemingly we're in the clear. There was a lot of Cobra Kai like set leaks and stuff going around. They've had that on lock with Stranger Things, so I don't think we have to worry about that too much. Sarah Nicole says, going off that Will turning Mind Flayer to Hydra. Interesting. So you think the Mind Flayer might take like the physical form of a Hydra, or dare I say a three-headed dragon from a painting that one Will Byers himself painted? We'll see. I mean, I think they're going to do some crazy retconning for sure. We talk about that all the time on Rewind and here in the videos. Dustin with a super chat. Oh, shout out Monsters Inc. for the profile picture. And I got to take a sip of this Diet Dr. Pepper. Instead of Holly Wheeler, it could be the vanishing of Henry Creel. And it could be a big lore drop ep. There might be some validity to that. And the only reason I'll say that is it is a 54-minute episode. And so that's the shortest likely of the season. That's still long and on the longer side if you look at the earlier seasons of Stranger Things, but there could be some validity to that. Wouldn't hate it at all. Could be fun. I think it could be a predominantly Henry Creel lore drop episode, maybe with him explaining things to Holly that is then relayed to the audience, kind of like how he does with Nancy in season 4. I wouldn't hate that at all. Could be game for it, honestly. Could be game for it. But Henry Creel, and it's like flashbacks. Cam made a point, and I've heard other people say this too. What if they got the actor who's playing Henry, or who originally played him on First Shadow on Broadway? I think Louis McCartney is his name. That could be fun. Now, I know Raphael Luce, who played him, young Henry, in season 4, is still around, but imagine if they got the play really connected to it. That could be fun. Here's a good one. It's from Mad Max. It says, do you think Max Mayfield would survive in Derry? I'm not watching It Welcome to Derry, by the way. I've seen the It movies, but I have not seen the show that's coming out yet. Again, I could be so off base here because I haven't seen the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. The end of It Chapter 2, and not to beat a dead horse here, you've all probably heard the stupid joke said a million times. Basically, all of the kids just start like shouting insults or berating. Maybe this is the end of the first movie even. I don't remember. They defeat Pennywise just by like basically talking crap to him. I think that's what happens. I think Max would be all right. She evaded Vecna for at least a bit. She's now in a coma, but you know what I'm saying? I'm taking Max Mayfield to have a good long life in Derry. All right. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Country music till the end. What's up, brother? Almost done with my Stranger Things rewatch. Well, hey, hell yeah to that. Also, my Ohio State. Okay, my current prediction is Ohio State, Georgia for the Natty. We'll see. I mean, them dogs is hell, as they say. Yeah, they're playing really well. They took it to Texas. They beat Miss State really well. They got a cupcake this Saturday, and then Georgia Tech to end the regular season. But there's a world where they don't even go to the conference title, and they have the 4 seed, which is nuts to me. I don't know. I think I take, personally as a fan, skipping the SEC championship and then having a home playoff game as the 5 seed, because then you could just play like Tulane or some scrub who does not deserve to be in the playoff, in my opinion. I'm very strongly opinionated on the G5 stuff. This is college football lingo for those who are like, what is he talking about? I'll move on. Don't worry. But yeah, I think if they keep, playing like they are, and Kirby keeps coaching with guts like he has been, They could make a deep run. So it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun to see what happens. Apparently we are getting a final trailer, it sounds like, on Sunday, and I will 100% be covering that, by the way. So be on the lookout. Apparently the first shadow is on YouTube. I haven't watched it, but I actually looked it up. Someone was like, the first shadow's on YouTube now. I was like, what? So I Googled it, or I guess I looked it up on YouTube, and it showed up. It was like 2 hours and 28 minutes. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this right now. I'm not suggesting anyone does or doesn't watch that. I'm not, but I think it does exist out there. I know it does. I looked it up. So that's all I'm saying. It exists out there. It exists. I have not watched it, though. Sadie Sink in Avengers Secret Wars. That is correct. Max Mayfield herself. What's fascinating about this is she has already been cast in an undisclosed role in Spider-Man Brand New Day. That comes out in July 31st, 2026. Avengers Secret Wars is slated for, I believe, December of 2027 release. She's got to be playing someone big enough to warrant being cast in that film. I know a lot of the initial reactions where she could be like MJ, she could be a Gwen Stacy, which would obviously make her into a Spider-Gwen at some point. She could be Mayday Parker. And I know a lot of people also think she could be connected to the Punisher, right? Because there are apparently like set pics of her maybe in a similar outfit as someone from a Punisher comic. Here's what I'm saying. Call me crazy. I don't care. This is not going to happen, but it should. If you have her coming back in Secret Wars, she needs to be Jean Grey. Why would she be in a Spider-Man movie then? I don't know. Does it make sense? No. But tell me you don't want to see Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. You have to. You'd be out of your mind. She's phenomenal. I think she could totally be one of the leaders of the X-Men franchise that the MCU is clearly going to want to put, high priority on post these two Avengers films. I think you got to go that route. I don't know how it makes sense in a Spider-Man movie. I doubt it. There's probably a 2% chance that's who she's playing. But that's what I want. That's what I want, honestly. Truly. So yeah, there you go. Well, this is very sweet. My 11-year-old daughter checks every day to see if you have new video up. She wants to tell you hi and that she has missed seeing new Stranger Things videos from you the past week. Well, hey, thank you for the support. I should have multiple Stranger Things videos coming out, hopefully tomorrow, the next day, and then obviously all next week. But I've had some shorts. I got a lot more on the way. So tell her I said thank you. And I appreciate you guys for watching and tuning into the stream. Can you believe over a year ago we were only getting picks for the Duffers? Now look, yeah, it's nuts. It's insane. Yes, so I'm caught up in the chat finally. This is it. I have merch. I'm just going to show it again because this is coming soon to Firefly Shop. It's film stock, upside down text. See on the other side in this. It's embroidered too. Look, embroidered. It's good quality merch. I'm very pumped about it. It's going to be awesome. It's going down. It's going down. Everyone said the Funko Pops. I love that. I have not changed any of the Funko Pops. My sweatshirt is new merch. It's going down. It is going down. Oh, shoot. Shout out Ewan, the man. I don't know if he's still in here. Shout out Ewan. Hope all's well, dude. What a guy stopping in to say hello. I'm glad you got to visit some locations. I have been to, I think, all of those. Most of those, I'd say. Yeah, actually, hold on. 1, 2. Yeah, I've been to all those. Very cool stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be going to more filming locations soon once season 5 is out to do a little more content. Season 5 filming locations vlog. All right. Kyle with a super chat. Thank you, Kyle. Mad Max with another one here says, what if it was Will who said found you in the trailer? How would that work? What if it was Will who said found you? Oh, you're saying like in an alternate reality, what if Will said found you? Or are you saying like, what if Vecna, what if it's like not that moment? You know what I'm saying? So what if, like, for example, in season 4, we see like Vecna speaking through Lucas to Max when she is under his trance or his curse. You know what I'm saying? Could we see something like that where Vecna's speaking through Will in someone else's, headspace? That would be nuts. Regardless, I'm pretty confident it's Vecna. The super chat here says Joyce might die. Nancy and Jonathan have a baby. Joyce's future grandchild. So Nancy becomes Joyce 2.0. That would be nuts. Joyce dying would be brutal. Brutal. She would die for her sons, plural, especially Will. But could you imagine? Winona would bring it. I mean, that would be devastating as a huge Jopper stan myself. That would really hurt my heart. I do not want to see that, but anything is possible. Wow. Joyce dying. That'd be one of the more shocking deaths, in my opinion. Kyle with the super chat here says, hype for Outer Banks Season 5, Rafe / Kiara happening. Oh, Lord. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's healthy for anyone personally. But I am hyped for Outer Banks season 5. It should be, I mean, we don't have a release date yet. I feel like they got to get that out in the summer, though. I made a video called Everything We Know About Outer Banks season 5. I think that was a couple weeks or months ago now. But I'll be covering Outer Banks production more heavily once we get into next year and we get more news on that. But I thoroughly enjoy that show. It's definitely cheesy and over dramatic at times and really dumb as well. But I enjoy that show thoroughly. Like I said, I would watch 30 seasons of it and just eat it up. So Rafe and Kiara, though, would people want that? I think that's a bit nuts in my opinion, right? I feel like, especially heading into a 5th season, that with JJ not in the picture, I feel like that would be almost a disservice to him and almost disrespectful to him. Rest in peace. So we'll see. We shall see. Let me take a sip of this Diet Dr. Pepper. Absolutely delicious, by the way. Did I see the trailer for Joe Keery's movie? I have not seen that trailer yet. Cold Storage, I want to say. I have yet to see that trailer. Ewan says, and I don't know if you're still in here, man, but if you are, much love. Ewan says, have you seen Del Toro's Frankenstein yet? I have not. It's on my list. I have a list of about 5 to 10 movies that I really want to catch up on before the end of this year. That's one of them. K-pop Demon Hunters I've been asked about in the chat. That's on there. Funnily enough, Freakier Friday is on there just because I'm like, I might as well watch it. It's on Disney Plus. And there's another one that recently came out that I have on that list too that's escaping me. But there are others, like there were movies that I had on that list all throughout the year. As time has gone by, I've been like, I'm not going to watch that and I don't need to. Like people I trust have said this is not worth watching. I'm taking it off the list. The movie probably the one movie now, because I've seen Wicked for Good. The one movie that I 100% am watching is Knives Out, or Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. That's the one that I really want to see. And so I think that comes out December 12th on Netflix. What ending would completely ruin the season for you if everyone died and Vecna and or the Mind Flayer won? That would ruin the show. 100% ruin the show. I think this final trailer will have predominantly Volume 1 footage. Like I think it might actually just be dedicated to Volume 1. We got a couple more super chats. This is, will you say hold on. Would you say the first 5 minutes of season 5 spoils a lot? I have not seen it. No, I don't think it spoils anything. I don't think they would release it if it was going to be spoilery. If you want to go into the episode as dark as possible, out of the loop, don't watch it. But if you do watch it, all it's really going to do is get you more excited, in my opinion, because in my mind, we've kind of known this is how the season was going to open for over 2 years now. Excuse me. November 6th, which is Stranger Things Day in 2023. That's when Ross Duffer, I guess it was the Stranger Things writers Twitter account. What a throwback that is, by the way. They posted about the opening lines of the script, and it kind of teased Will, and we all theorized that pretty heavily. Now you just know that. I won't say anything else, but it involves Will. And if you don't want to see that, I get it. If you want to wait and experience that in the episode itself, when you sit down to watch it next week, more power to you. But I don't think it's too spoilery. It's also, it adds context, but it's also, I think, going to be a season 4 situation where when we got the opening of that, we were like, whoa, is Elle evil? Did she really just kill everyone? And then you're kind of, that question's like burning in your brain throughout the entire season. And then it all masterfully comes together in the 7th episode when you get the bigger picture. I think that's kind of where we're at with the opening of 5 as well. I think the opening of 5 is going to be not retconned, but recontextualized, and there's going to be depth added to it, and more layers are going to unfold as the season goes on. So it's not spoilery, but it's worth watching, in my opinion, personally. That's all I'll say about that. Ace says, how do you think Mike will figure out Will likes him? I think there's going to be a scene where... Sorry, I just got a notification. I had to make sure that wasn't anything too serious. It's not. I think there's going to be a scene where Will directly tells Mike that he loves him more than just friends, romantically, frankly. And I think Mike will. Have you guys seen Perks of Being a Wallflower? I think it came out in 2012, or it was around that time period. And I've only seen the movie once, but I keep thinking of one scene in that movie. There's a scene where Logan Lerman's character and I believe it's Ezra Miller's character are sitting on a bench. And I think, and if I'm remembering this right, if not, I just sound like a moron. Ezra Miller's character their friend Lee. Ezra Miller's character like kisses him, and Logan Lerman's like, whoa, like I love you as like a friend, but not like that. I think there will be a scene similar, not as, I don't think we're going to see Will like kiss Mike or anything. But I think there will be a scene where he outright kind of tells him how he feels and how he's always had these feelings for him. I think, we'll see how that goes down. We'll see the repercussions of that. But I think that it will be a scene. I don't think it'll be like, oh, I heard Will likes, like, I think it'll be a straight up, I'm telling you how I feel kind of scene. Seth with Super Chat says, do you have a final prediction and breakdown in this next week for season 5? Yeah, so the schedule isn't official, but I should have my final predictions video coming out Monday or Tuesday of next week. I'll have a stream the day of, and then I'll have a breakdown of Volume 1 and a reaction to every episode of Volume 1, all coming to the channel. I will probably be breaking down the trailer. If we actually do get if what they're teasing is a final trailer and it's like a minute long, I'll watch that. I'll do a reaction, and then I will be sure to go ahead and make a breakdown video of that as well, because it is a trailer. And so, yeah, it'll be fun. That's on Sunday apparently, so it'll be fun. Delicious Diet Dr. Pepper. I think they threw a curveball and Nancy will be the one to die in season 5. Wow, yeah, that would be nuts. I was talking about that today. I keep thinking, when did I mention that? Because I've talked Stranger Things with so many different people in my life recently. It was on Rewind. It was on Patreon. It will be on Patreon later this week. And we were discussing Nancy potentially dying for Steve or Jonathan. And it's just, yeah, we've all predicted basically everyone to die at some point. So who would be the most shocking death? I think there's 2. To kind of take your question, take it another step further. Because I think a lot of us are like, yeah, Steve, Jonathan, or Nancy. I think a lot of us say Murray. I myself have. I think someone mentioned Joyce. Joyce would be genuinely shocking. I think Robin would be pretty shocking as well. Those 2 deaths would be very shocking. I think Dustin would certainly be shocking. So those are 3 that I think really would be nuts. But yeah, that's fun. It's fun to think who's going to die. Am I going to watch FNAF 2? No, I don't think I am. I've seen the first once. It wasn't really my jam. I think the FNAF franchise it's like hyper catered to hardcore fans. Like, it's not really accessible to people who haven't played the games, in my opinion, mainly because it's so niche. Like, the movie, if I'm remembering, the movie was it was the same process over and over until the credits rolled. It wasn't really scary. It didn't really commit to a genre, in my opinion. And it was just, night shift. I'm going to have a bad dream. Wake up. Let's do it again. It was just the same thing over and over. And so it wasn't my jam. So I'm not really sold on this new one personally. By the way, if you are new, we have 348 people in here. I want to say this, hit that like button. Helps out tremendously. Go ahead and do that. Helps out. Boom. And if you're watching on the replay, hit that like button as well. Super chat is a way to go to guarantee that I can get to your question, comment, concern. It's also a huge way to help support the channel. Also, if you see this, boom, I have a PO box now. It's true. I've gotten some letters from you guys that have been real nice, real sweet. So thank you for sending those. And merch is coming this week. Film stock. See you on the other side with the Mind Flayer logo from Firefly Shop, an official collaboration. More details on that to come, but I'll be sure to share the link to that. It's going to be live, I believe, this Friday. And so I'm very excited about that and how this turned out. So stay tuned. All right, we got a lot more super chats coming in, so thank you guys for that. Here we go. The Boys Season 5 release date. Will Gen V Season 3 happen? I'm fairly confident The Boys Season 5 is going to premiere in June or July of next year. I think probably June, because I'm pretty sure that's when Season 4 premiered. One of my most anticipated shows of next year, if not my most anticipated. The end of an era. See how that show comes to a close. I do think we'll get Gen V Season 3 eventually. I don't know what the numbers were viewership-wise for Season 2. I heard they needed them to get up in order to get greenlit for a 3rd season. But I think once The Boys Season 5 is a success, which it will be, they might have enough momentum from that to go ahead and greenlight maybe a 3rd and final season of Gen V. So we'll see. But hey, I'm looking forward to that, definitely. This is from Beautiful Monster. It says, fire may not work or be as strong anymore. I think sound/sound waves will be the new weapon. Thoughts? 100%. I think I'm certainly with you for various reasons. The fact that the WSUK radio station is, a new home base for them. We've got characters with antennas on their car, the cranking up of the volume or whatever the hell it may be, the sound wave, the strength, all that stuff. Yeah, I think that's certainly going to be the case. It almost reminds me, and I think I've made this comparison in videos before. It reminds me a lot of, what was it? It was the Spider-Man 3 from the Tobey Maguire trilogy, where Venom is very much affected by the metal poles clinging together. That's how you got the symbiote out of him, or the bell ringing on top of the church. I think we could get something like that, but in this case, it's radio waves or sound waves. Fascinating, and I think that's why the WSQK radio station is going to play as big of a role. And it's also seemingly an access point to the tunnels. So, like, a lot to be excited about. I just think the season is really going to take the best elements from all 4 seasons past and fire on all cylinders. And I think it's going to end up probably being the best season. Excuse me. By the way, every chance I get, I'm doing this. This is my favorite thing right now. I've never done merch before, so this just excites me greatly. The fact that Firefly, I admire her work so much, and I'd always had like a vision for how I want to do merch. And I always like her designs are just my favorite, not just Stranger Things, just in general. One Tree Hill, Teen Wolf, like all of those, shows, the teen drama shows. She's got stuff for everything. I'm not huge into the Vampire Diaries. She has lots of that stuff as well. But I'm glad we made this collaboration happen. And I'll be wearing this a lot. Just wanted to show that again. Ooh, we got a couple more super chats flooding in. Thank you guys. And again, hit that like button if you're in here. Let's do it. All right. Davin says, hi, Chris. Have you seen the new It Welcome to Dairy TV show? If so, who's your favorite character? Also, do you think Hopper will fight Vecna 1v1? So I touched on this earlier. I haven't seen Welcome to Dairy yet. Should I watch it? A lot of you guys have talked positively about it. But my last experience with the It franchise was It Chapter 2. Not a fan. I actually saw that alone in theaters. I don't know. I remember being alone in that theater. There were other people there. I was alone. And I was just like, this is something else. The first movie is really good, though. Haven't seen that in years either. I watched it to prep for part 2, actually. It does feature Finn Wolfhard, of course. So there's that. No, I have not seen Welcome to Dairy. I've heard really good things. Apparently, something really disturbing happened in the show recently with body horror. I've seen that take going around on social media. So I don't have a favorite character because I haven't seen it. Regarding Hopper fighting Vecna, I don't think this will happen because it would not end well for our boy Hopper, I don't think. The only people who can fight Vecna one-on-one if he's like locked in the moment would probably be 11. Potentially Will, if Will were to access some physical powers or potentially mentally fight him because of their strong connection. Other than that, though, you got maybe Max, if Max can almost fight Vecna inside of his mind, because obviously when Henry kills, he doesn't just kill, he consumes, and Max could be camped out in his mindscape. Food for thought. So we'll see, but no, I think Hopper charging at him with a machine gun or a sword would not end well for him. Even in season 4, the first time characters see him physically really it's in the Upside Down. It's Steve, Nancy, Robin. They go up to the Creel house and he's posted up, vined up in the attic of the Creel house, and they Molotov cocktail him and shoot him down. But that's not enough. And he was also, that was by surprise. He was out of it there. So if he were himself, it wouldn't have ended as well. So we'll see what happens. But no, I don't think we'll see that fight one-on-one. All right, where was I in the chat? I was here. Seth says, how do you think Vecna uses Will? Is it going to be a spy type like situation from season 2? Or do you think the Eye of Vecna could happen or something else maybe? I think the trailer might be misdirecting us, but at the same time, it could be very much a season 2 situation where Vecna, and the Mind Flayer in this case, repossess Will, and they just, fully use him as a spy. Also, we don't know if in that moment when Vecna, levitates Will over and he's like, you're going to help me one last time. We don't know what happens after that. They're probably going to tee it up to be like, oh my gosh, he's about to get got. 11 could be there and, help save the day. Will could have developed or unlocked some sort of powers and get out of that sticky situation. So they're definitely framing it as though he's going to get possessed, but I'm not certain of that. I think that where I lie with it is they want us to think Will's getting repossessed. I could totally see it happening. I just think, to answer this, man, I think the back half, something else is going down, something we can't even predict or fathom, frankly. It's Johnny says, do you think they'll explain how Soteria works? You bring up a good point, man. I was talking about this yesterday. I think Soteria came up briefly on the Starcourt podcast, which I was on, which you guys should go give a listen. Soteria also came up on Rewind when I was doing it on Patreon. Fascinating because it is one of the few things, or the only thing, that has contained Henry's powers. For those who don't remember, Soteria is like the little chip-looking pill that was in Henry's neck that kind of subdued his powers when he was the orderly that helped out at Hawkins' lab in the Rainbow Room. I do believe that I weirdly envisioned that as like an inhibitor chip from Star Wars to go full nerd. With Order 66, all the clone troopers had this inhibitor chip, and when they heard that, they were activated and you wanted to kill all the Jedi. That's Star Wars for you from the Clone Wars. I thought that was a cool comp. Regardless, Soteria is explaining how it works. It might have to come into play. And I swear I came up with this earlier. I was talking with Cam, and I just put the Soteria piece in it. I had not put the Soteria piece into it until just now. This is an in-the-moment thing. I was telling Cam, we were talking about Dr. Owens, and last time we see him, he's with Colonel Sullivan at the Nina Project facility, okay? In season 5, we have seen an image of Hopper standing with a machine gun in front of Lieutenant Akers, played by Alex Bro, who's chained up. 11 is also in that shot. She could be there physically. She could be there via the void, just on looking and spying on the situation. Regardless, Hopper breaking into the military base. Hopper's fed up. He's interrogating someone. Why? Because Dr. Owens might be held captive, held prisoner, held hostage this entire time for 18 months. So what if in the first episode, they stage a breakout of Dr. Owens in order to get him? And, I was saying, they could use his expertise. Well, what if he himself does have some inside knowledge on Soteria and could help maybe create Soteria 2.0? And so that's the opening. People are saying there's action in the first episode. I'm like, there's no way Vecna and the demos are in the first episode, right? I still don't believe that. How could there be action? A freaking heist. You pull up on the military base, and get this. There's a shot of 11 running in the Upside Down. Obviously, we've seen her training. Well, we do know she's going to go hop that gate. It looks like she's going to the facility they've set up in the Upside Down, much like, if you'll remember in season 2, when Dr. Owens is sending people and getting, lab results back from the Upside Down through the gate, the mother gate. They've sent people into the Upside Down, and they're doing test experiments there in Hawkins' lab, just in the Upside Down. Well, guess what? They could be doing that in downtown Hawkins in the Upside Down. And that is why I believe we will see a heist breakout of Dr. Owens, and that's how Soteria could come into it. I just put it all together. I think I might have just cooked. Wow. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm freaking pumped right now. I'm like Danny McBride in Hot Rod. I'm freaking pumped. Man, I cannot wait. We got my buddy Jacob Starcourt actually sent me a story. Ross Duffer, I love this. Ross Duffer put on his Instagram story a screenshot of Discussing Film. Discussing Film said the Duffer brothers pitched a weekly release strategy for the final season of Stranger Things, but Netflix execs rejected it. And he said, nope, that was never pitched or discussed, with the peace emoji. I love these calling out that, because sometimes Discussing Film, they're very fast with putting out notifications. I have notifications on for most of their posts because oftentimes they're on it somehow and they can get you news really fast in the world of movies and TV. But they're also they unashamedly just spew crap out there sometimes that's inaccurate. And they don't even put out, oh, this is a rumor, this is unconfirmed. There's oh, here you go. And it's like an aggregator thing. So that's pretty damn funny that Ross called him out. Wow. Chris C with the super chat says top 5 most anticipated seasons of TV next year. Phenomenal, man. Love it. So off the top of my head, I think I made a list. Let me check the good old notes app, the watch list. I know people throw that around. I actually have a watch list. So I have 2026 TV shows that are coming out. Some of these have release dates, some of them don't. I will give you 5 seasons of TV that I'm the most excited for right now. I'm saying The Boys season 5 currently is my number 1. I could be forgetting something, but I'm saying that currently is my most anticipated show of next year. I am then going to go Daredevil Born Again season 2 because Jessica Jones is coming in. I loved the end of season 1. I haven't rewatched that show in a hot minute, but those 2 superhero shows I'm very excited about. I will then say Stranger Things Tales from 85. I think that's going to be damn fun. And I'm just excited to get back into this world of animation. Obviously, that it's Stranger Things, but it's animated. It's going to be a little different, but that is still one of my 5 most anticipated seasons of TV, I'd say. I will then give you Outer Banks season 5. I love that show. I don't care what anyone says. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. I just have a damn fun time with it. And then, I'm kind of, no. Is that even coming out next year? Is House of the Dragon season 3 even coming out next year? I think it's supposed to. Maybe that, because I do think we're finally going to get to see shit hit the fan. Season 2 really meandered, frustratingly so. I would give you that, or because you said seasons, potentially Lanterns to get into the world of DC. Now, there's a lot of shows that are going to come out next year that I didn't even address, nor did I have written down, but those are the ones that just came to mind. Samuel with a super chat says, "Hey, I'm confused about the Tales of 85. Speaking of it, by the way, because it takes place between season 2 and 3. 11 closed the gate in season 2. How/why are there monsters in the show?" That's a great question. That's kind of where some of my hesitation does come in with the show. How canon is it actually going to be? I don't know. And I almost have a vision where Tales from 85 is characters' dreams, or it's characters' campaigns brought to life. I don't know how factual it's going to be. In fact, it being called Tales from 85 has me think it might not be canon, because it is a tale, a fairy tale. It's fiction. It's not 100% canon to the events of the show. It could be characters making up BS stories. It could just be framed as like a what if type thing. It could be anything. I think they're just going to want to have fun in the world of Stranger Things, but at the same time, it could be 100% hardcore canon. We won't know until we see it, but I do think they're going to have a little bit of explaining to do. I don't want them to do too much filling in the gaps, because that could end up altering some of the overall show. And I just don't know how I feel about that. So we'll see. Simba Fan 2004 or 24 says, "Hey Chris, so how excited are you for Zootopia 2 here in a few days? Also, are you excited for FNAF 2? Keep up the awesome work. Appreciate that." And I love the just can't wait to be king, Lion King profile pic. Love that movie to death. I am very on the fence about if I want to watch Zootopia 2 or not, because I would have to watch the first Zootopia, which is not an issue. It's just, I don't know. And I don't know when I would squeeze Zootopia 2 in. So I will figure that out. FNAF 2, I will not be seeing. I was not high on that first FNAF movie, unfortunately for me. And so I'm probably going to skip that one. But yeah, I am looking forward to the new Knives Out next month. And obviously, we're getting TV galore. We're getting Stranger Things. We're getting Percy Jackson season 2. We're getting Fallout season 2. Like, we're getting fed with television for the next few weeks through the end of the year, even into January. So it's going to be a treat. Can't go wrong with Diet Dr. Pepper. Sarah Nicole with another super chat. Thank you, Sarah. I think Winona gave away a Joyce line when Vecna takes Will during the premiere. Did you notice in her interview? I did not. I didn't catch every single interview from that premiere. I did catch a good chunk of them. Oh, shoot. Actually, I know exactly. It just came to me. I was thinking of Winona's interview. That's awesome. She cussed. I know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, she cussed. I would love it if that was a line from the show, and it's just like Joyce gets to drop like an F-bomb. That would be awesome. That would be great. I would love it. Yeah. I would love that if that was a line. It took me a second to realize what you're referring to. That would be awesome. The U.S. premiere in LA. Yep, that would be great. When she said that, whew. Chills. Hey, Chris, one of my all-time favorite movies is Titanic from James Cameron. Titanic is one of his best movies. It's a classic. I respect the hell out of it. Everyone should see it at least once. Other James Cameron film I love is Aliens. Aliens is actually my favorite James Cameron movie. He used to make top tier original films. He was obviously in the Terminator franchise, Aliens. He's done other films, True Lies, I believe one of them. The Abyss, I want to say, is a slept-on film of his that I haven't even seen, but I just know of it. And now he's the Avatar guy. And it was a mistake, in my opinion. Undeniably a mistake. I'm aware of those films' financial success, but he has been making them for almost 30 years, I feel like. And so, yeah, big mistake. That's all I have to say about that. Nate Plays says, I think there's a real possibility only one main character dies, or even none at all. Thoughts? I wouldn't hate it if none died. I don't think everyone needs to die. I don't think we need to see a bloodbath. Someone probably does have to die, though. One person. But even if it's just one main, that's enough. That's enough. Even look at the MCU or Star Wars. They're not out here killing everyone. Like Game of Thrones is the only real show I think of where they kill a lot of characters. And even then, in their final season, they kind of got cold feet to a certain extent. And so to me, killing off characters doesn't equal better quality, doesn't equal more satisfying ending. It all needs to serve a purpose within the narrative, within character arcs, and for the story. And if not, if it's just for shock value or just to be like, look at us, we did it, what's the point? It needs to serve a purpose emotionally and for the story. And so that's where I'm at with that personally. I wouldn't hate it, man, if they just killed one. If it was like a big death, it was Will or L, that's fine. But I think a character like Murray is going to go. I really do. We got a couple super chats still here to get through, but I'm going to get through some of the regular chat here as well. I saw Wicked for Good yesterday, and I'm with Cam on it. Hell yeah. Cam loved it. I liked it. I wanted to love it. I gave it, I think, 4 out of 5. So I really was positive on it. It's just not, it's not on the quality of the first film, in my opinion. And I knew that going in because I had seen the stage play, and I prefer Act 1. Act 1 is obviously fully covered in the first Wicked. And so Wicked for Good is the second act of the stage play, and I just prefer the first one. So yeah, new merch Friday. That's correct. I will be posting all about it. Links to purchase it. It's through Firefly Shop. It's awesome. This is a crew neck. It's embroidered. There's also a T-shirt that is just a printed logo. But it's the same thing. It's just a little bigger and a little different. I think this has some gray in it. But this is the embroidered crew neck. Long sleeves, you guys can see, but I put sleeves up on everything I wear usually, and it's really comfortable, and I'm a big fan. So yeah, check it out. I'll post links and all that. Yeah, I'll be promoting it a bunch. So yeah, stay tuned. Delicious. Shout out Gavin. I know I'm a little late on this one, Gavin, but hey, thanks for popping in here as always with a banger. Are you looking forward to the new Villains Land coming at Disney World? I hate to admit this. With Disney World lately, I just am not as excited about wanting to go there as I used to be. And I don't know what it is with that. Like, I still love Disney World. I've been a lot in my life, fortunately. But until some serious changes are made with the attractions and like the appeal, I've kind of been there, done that with a lot of it. Now I'll go back relatively soon. I would like to even imagine and hope, but I probably will wait until some bigger changes are made, or at least until they finish some big renovations at Magic Kingdom. I am now justifying it where if I'm going down to Orlando, which thankfully I'm close enough to just drive there, it's about a 6.5 hour to 7 hour drive for me. I'm driving there 9. I'm not going to fly there. I'm a big driver if I can drive. If I want to drive down there, I'm going to Universal. And it's because it's twofold. Number one, I didn't go to Universal growing up, so it's all newer and fresher to me. First time I went was 2020. I was 20 years old. And so I really it feels new and exciting to me. But having gone to Epic Universe, it's almost catered more to my interests. It's centered almost more around movie franchises entirely. You've got the whole, like, Dark Universe was awesome. The Ministry of Magic area from Harry Potter is really cool. I'm bought in. I'm immersed. Like How to Train Your Dragon, awesome. It's just new. It's exciting. It's fresh to me, and I feel like they are almost delivering on higher quality experiences for the guests currently. I also have witnessed in real time over the past 5 years, like Disney increased the price on everything, and it's wild to me. And so, you know, I can't justify going to. I still will go to Disney World, but with Villains Land, even I just don't know if it's going to deliver anything special. I'd rather, again, I just go to Epic Universe, if that makes sense. But I'm intrigued. I will want to get down there and check it out once it's all done. I know they're doing the Cars stuff, and they're doing that at Magic Kingdom. And so once that's in, like, that's a huge enough expansion for me to go. I haven't even been there since Tron was open. I haven't done Tiana. So, like, when I go back to Magic Kingdom, there should be 2 new lands, 2 new rides I haven't done, and other stuff. And it'll be like a new experience. But it got to the point, I went to Hollywood Studios a lot. Like, I went like once a year just there for a few years in a row. And it just got to the point where I was like, I don't need to do this for a long time, I feel. And so Universal's kind of been calling to me as of late. But great question as always, man. Thanks for joining. Hawkins or Hogwarts? I love those of Hawkins, Indiana, but who would really want to go live there in actuality? You think of all the destruction, the disaster. Of course, I'd love to take a stroll through there, but I think Hogwarts, because that means I have magical powers. You know what I'm saying? That means I'm a wizard. How much cooler would that be as opposed to being tormented by Vecna in the Demogorgon? You know what I mean? I love Hawkins, but if I had to live in one of those cities or fictional worlds, I guess Hogwarts is a school, Hawkins is a city, I would much rather just have the powers of a wizard. And I think everyone here would agree, as much as we all love Stranger Things. Oh, man. Rank the penultimate episodes. Joe says, fantastic question, Joe. I'm going to go... I'm going season 2. I'm going season 4. I'm going season 3, season 1. That was from top to bottom. I think that the season 2 penultimate is the best of all those. That's the episode that ends with 11 returning to the buyer's house. Season 4's penultimate is, of course, when Papa dies and Elle takes down the helicopter. Season 3 penultimate is The Bite, very good episode. And then season 1 penultimate is also solid. It ends, it's the bathtub, I want to say, is the name of the episode. It ends with, Will getting taken from Castle Byers, which has now been recontextualized. So all the penultimate episodes are great. Hunter asks a good one here, and then I'm going to hop right back into the super chats. I see him. What do you think will be better, Volume 1 or Volume 2? I already hate comparing the two. I think the whole season is going to be great. I just think it's going to get better as it goes. So by default, I will have to say Volume 2 is going to be special. Tess says, good evening, Chris. What are you watching on Black Friday? Fam is doing a 3-movie theater day. That sounds like a great time. I hope you have an awesome time with the fam. I am... so on Black Friday, I'm not watching anything probably. I'll tell you why. I am a huge Georgia football fan. I have been my whole life, and Georgia plays Georgia Tech on Black Friday at 3:30 Eastern, and I'm going to the game with Cam. It's in Atlanta, and so I'm going to that game. That'll probably be an all-afternoon affair, and I will deserve that break from everything because I will probably not be sleeping from the moment Stranger Things drops until I go to that game. I don't know how many hours of sleep I'm going to get. And so it's going to be insane. That week's going to be nuts. That's next week too. Craziness. And then the next day is my birthday on that Saturday. It's going to be a whirlwind of a week. I usually do a birthday live stream on the 29th. I think I will still do that this year. I'll figure that out. But I also want to do a spoiler stream and a pregame stream. So I might just be live streaming a bunch next week. So just stay tuned for all that. But what movies are you seeing? I hope you enjoy them. And I'll try and squeeze Thanksgiving in there, the Eli Roth horror film. I'll try and squeeze that in at some point. Probably not going to watch it on Thanksgiving Day this year, but I would like to check that out maybe sometime soon. Maybe Sunday or Monday of next week. We'll see. Am I one of the few people who have watched one? I have not seen episode 1. I don't know anything about it except for the first 5 minutes. So I'll be watching it on November 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going down. Have not seen episode 1. I know some mutuals of mine who have. I have not. Seth says, favorite Stranger Things moment of all time. It's really hard not to say the Hopper letter scene at the end of the Battle of Starcourt, where Eleven reads Hopper's letter. It's not an action extravaganza moment. It's just a beautiful emotional moment. That letter, It can get you out of that cave, and to quote it, it's a beautiful life lesson. And I think that's the moment in Stranger Things for me, alongside, of course, Max running up that hill. Maddie with super chat. Thank you, Maddie. I see you have a question here. It says, what if Will has Soteria in his neck? Whew. That would be like a mic drop type whoa moment. You know what I'm saying? A wow type moment. I don't think that'll be the case, but anything's possible. We saw him. We're going to see more flashbacks of him, I think. And so that would be nuts. That would be nuts. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I think Soteria is going to come back into the fold, though. I talked about that earlier in the stream. I think people have convinced me, and then I've now created this plot of the first episode that's probably completely off base, but anything's possible. Nolan with the super chat says, what if Escape from Camazotz is when Max finally escapes from Vecna's mind and she wakes up at the end of the episode? So I could see that happening. That would be late in the season, later than I would like personally, but it would make her coma feel like we would feel the stakes of that. We in real time have waited 3.5 years to see her and all these other characters back, but then to make us wait while watching the show would really make it more rewarding when she finally does wake up from that coma. I'm of the opinion that we will see a lot of Sadie Sink as Max in her own mind or in the mindscape of Vecna in the first volume, because you don't just let Sadie Sink lay in a hospital bed for 4 episodes, right? Come on now. You're paying her all that money to come back. She's also so talented. You got to have her do something. So we'll see. But yeah, Escape from Camazotz. That'd be interesting. I like that. Builds by Hunter says, what are your favorite Adam Sandler movies? Ooh, good question. I'm not a huge Adam Sandler guy. That usually ruffles feathers when I say it. I just didn't grow up on his movies like I did with other comedians. I was of the era of, the Seth Rogen, Danny McBride, James Franco, and like Will Ferrell type movies more than the Sandler Carey stuff. That was just more in when I was growing up. So I don't know. I guess I genuinely don't know. Like, my favorite Adam Sandler movie is probably Uncut Gems, which is not even a comedy. But that's the best movie I've seen him in personally. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times in my life. It's pretty good. It's just very anxiety inducing. So I go Uncut Gems, but like of his comedies, probably Happy Gilmore or The Wedding Singer. Those are the ones I remember the most, at least. And so I'd say that, but I've never been a huge Adam Sandler guy. So never saw Happy Gilmore 2 either. And I don't plan to. All right, let's do a speed round with the regular chat. When do you think the Volume 2 trailer will release? I would say around the midway point between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So what is that? Like December 11th, December 12th, somewhere around there would probably drop if I had to guess. What I think the first scene after the intro in Ep1, I really do think it's going to be that moment of Elle training. I wouldn't be surprised if that's right where we open. I got a weird feeling. About it. Will you do a breakdown for every episode of Volume 1? TBD. I'm gonna break down the whole volume. It's just a matter of if that's one mega video. I think that's what I'm leaning. Or do I split it up into 4? And I'm leaning, guys, that I break it down in one whole video. And it would be the hardest I've ever worked on a video and the hardest video to make ever. But that's what I'm planning to do. And, we'll see what happens. It's going to be nuts. That's 4.5 hours. You guys, you know how long it takes to break down a 2-minute trailer? I mean, I don't even know when that video would get out. I don't know. It'll be fascinating to see, but I am intrigued to see how it all goes. It's going to be a learning process I can learn from Volume 1 to apply to Volume 2. Will I review each episode? I won't review each individual episode. I will do a breakdown of them all, though, if that makes sense. I probably will review the season, but let's be real. I don't want a non-spoiler review. I hate non-spoiler review TV shows. Like, I've done it. I can't say what I want to say. Like with a movie, you can review a movie without spoiling it. With a TV show, it's so difficult to not talk spoilers, in my opinion, to adequately get across your point and actually have a valuable conversation. It's very difficult and frustrating to talk TV without spoiling it. So I will do a spoiler talk for sure. That's the plan, at least. Can I rank the ICU movies? Yeah. Hot take, probably, and I don't really care. I actually know this is a steaming hot take, and I really, really don't care. I have the first one at the bottom, and then I have 3, and I actually like 2 the best, which I am aware probably just set someone off somewhere in the world. I don't care. That's my ranking, and I know people destroy the second movie for some reason. I prefer it. Yeah, I'm a lunatic. I'm mad. We all go a little mad sometimes. All right. Who would win Steve season 5 versus JJ season 4? Steve season 5. I think JJ fell off. I'll say it. JJ fell off. We're talking to Outer Banks for those who are like, who's JJ? Who do you think will have the final line of the show? Great question. I would say Mike's a really good guess. I would say, yeah, you know what? I would say that's actually what I'm going to go with too. I would say Mike would probably have the final line of the show. Mike or Will, maybe. I don't know if Elle would, because that would, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I went to the Wicked One Wonderful Night. I hope you had fun. That's awesome. Sean Levy and Duffers are directing The Bridge together, and that's going to be a banger of an episode right there. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Thoughts on Predator Badlands, or have you seen it? I have. I had a review on the channel. It's one of, if not my favorites of the year. Genuinely loved it. I want to see it again. It's fantastic, in my opinion. Do you think we'll get another promo scene before November 26th? I think we're getting something Sunday now. All but confirmed pretty much that we're getting a final trailer, it sounds like. And so, yeah, I think we're getting something for sure. Congrats on your official merch. So excited. Yes, film stocked merch. It's coming Friday. Get ready. Leanna in here. Shout out, Leanna. Sorry, I was swallowing. What do you make of Caleb saying his ending is different to everyone else's? Do we think he doesn't make the finale? You know, you bring this up. When I met Caleb, me and Cam met him at the Upside Down Con, and Cam told him, like, I hope that Lou Max ends up together. Like, I love that as characters. And he's like, yeah, I hope so. I might not go the way you think. Like, he was kind of teeing up sadness. And so that would hurt me badly if Lucas died, because he's waited by Max's side for 18 months while she's been in a coma. She wakes up and he dies. That would almost be too much for my heart to handle. I think we would all be pretty sick to our stomach over it. So, yeah, man, you know, I think he's going to make it to the finale. I think he's going to live, but he's in peril multiple times in the marketing. It's a red flag. It's scary. It's scary. Man. Yes, I've seen Wicked for Good. I went Monday at the Prime early screening. It was actually before the press screening where I live. And so I went to that. But yes, I have seen the movie, and I have a review on the channel right now. Check it out if you haven't. Go check it out. Go give it a like. Preston with a super chat. Thank you, Preston. You have a question to go with it? Let me know. Tess with another super chat here says, it's been rumored that Lucas is not in the series finale. If so, thoughts? Wild. I mean, I can't believe this personally. I think that I just can't wrap my brain around that. I don't see that happening. You know, I don't think that the Duffers would put the shot of him in the trailer where he's in a tunnel with a Demogorgon there, and then the shot of him carrying Max, for him to not be in the finale. I can't see that being the case. So I call bull. I just don't think they would kill Lucas. I think that I cannot envision him dying. It would be crazy. I mean, I've been in my tier list. I was like, based on what we've seen, they want us to think he's going to die, but it's almost like he's the red herring. What if they do kill Lucas? What if they do come out swinging? We don't know. They could come out swinging and kill 5 of them. Like, we don't know who they're going to kill. They could kill Lucas, Steve, 11, Will. Like, we have no clue how far they'll go. But there's no saving someone for next season. Like, this is it. This is it. Don't get scared now, you know, Home Alone. So we'll find out together. But man, that would be wild. Makes sense. The season 4 final trailer is a few days before Vol 1. Absolutely, man. You're right. Next week's going to be all-time stuff. I can't wait. Sunday fun day. You got that right, man. Okay. Annabelle says, do you listen to Joe? If so, what's your favorite song from The Crux? I love Joe. I was able to see him in concert back in October. That was almost 2 months ago now. Time's flying. My favorite song on The Crux is probably Link. But Egg is very close with it as well. It depends on my mood. I think every song is great for its own individual reason. But if I want to listen to one right now, I'm probably going Link. Egg, if I'm like in my feels a little bit, I'll listen to that one and I'll feel it gets you, you know. But Yeah, I remember Basic Being Basic was like the single that dropped in February before the album came out in April. And I listen to that song every single day, multiple times a day. And so that one is like in my brain. It's not one of my like favorites. I really like all of them, but that one I probably know every word to more than any of his other songs because I was just listening. All right. Have you started Pluribus yet? I haven't, dude. I kind of want to wait till a little bit more is out before I fully commit. But I know that's Vince Gilligan. I know it'll be right up my alley. Ocean's right. Sandy, give me Oceans. Give me the Oceans trilogy, baby. I haven't seen Ocean's 8, though. All right. Let's keep it going. Already been on an hour 20. These streams fly by, I'm telling you guys. When is the film location vlog? I'll probably do one in the break between Vol 1, Vol 2, where I go to all this a lot of the season 5 locations, at least. Yeah, we're catching up in the chat here. I swear, I was like 23 when I got called on. I don't even remember what it was for, but it was nuts. It was nuts, I swear. What character has the highest chance of dying? I'm unfortunately on the 11 train, which I'm not happy about it, but I think that's just what's going to end up happening. Vanishing of Holly Wheeler and Henry Creel. What if it's just the vanishing of blank and they've been teasing us the whole entire time? I could see them doing something like that, honestly. All right. Mayday Parker is my prediction for who Sadie's playing. Valid. Who do you think will be the MVP in season 5? I think Nancy or Mike. I think Mike is going to have a redemptive moment where he was sidelined in season 4. He didn't have the best role in season 3. He's going to have that full circle leader moment. I think Mike's going to really win a lot of people back over in this final season. I'm leaning Mike to be an MVP. All right. Where was I in the chat? All right, I see. We're catching up a little bit. We're playing catch up here, guys, in the regular chat. I see we just got a super chat. I'm about to hop right into that. Hello there. How you doing? Do I think any of the OG boys could die? A lot of people in the chat and signs might be pointing to Lucas. I call bull. But I think if someone goes, it's Lucas or Will. I think Mike and Dustin are safer, personally. So we shall see. But man, Knives Out 3 is getting rave reviews. Love to hear it. The first 2 are really, really, really good. So I imagine this one will maybe be the best. Did I see Tom Cruise finally got his Oscar? And do you think that he had a chance winning another one for his performance in Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu's next film? Yeah, I think he could definitely get nominated for his role in that movie. I saw he won like an honorary Oscar. I don't want to take anything away from that, but I don't know if I count it like Tom Cruise is an Oscar winner, if that makes sense. Like until he wins for like a performance, that's when I would count him as one. I know I guess he technically is an Oscar winner, but it just feels strange to me. I don't know if I'm on an island with that take or not. Until he wins for a performance, then I'll be like, okay, yeah. Like I think Brad Pitt had won as like a producer for 12 Years a Slave when it won Best Picture or something like that. And then he ultimately won an Oscar for supporting actor as Cliff Booth in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And that felt like his real Oscar win. So I think Tom Cruise will get that. I think he'll get that. He's done with Mission Impossible now. He's going to have a moment where he can, win an actual acting award. Let's see. Kawhi Leonard in the chat. Okay. Are you going to react to any moments from season 5? Yeah, I'm reacting to the whole thing on YouTube. I will have edited reaction videos where it's myself and the footage of the episode. I can't put the whole episode as a continuous thing because obviously copyright reasons, the video would not be public. It would be blocked. I'll be here watching it and it'll have to cut away from the episode every few seconds. But I've reacted to every episode of Cobra Kai on the channel. If you've watched those, it'll be done in a similar editing style. But if you want to watch like my full reaction, Patreon's the place to be. I won't have the episode on screen the whole time again. It'll just be me there, but I'll have a timer and you guys should be able to sync up and like watch the episode with me. Like you pull up the episode on your phone or computer or TV and you pull up my video reaction and you hit play and boom, you can just watch it with me. That way you don't have to worry about, I guess the chops, if you don't want to see the chops, the chopped up moments or what's left out in the YouTube video. So, yep, it'll be there. It'll be on Patreon, but it won't. And YouTube will be, available for everyone, which will have the footage. Is what I'm trying to say. Tess says, "What is your favorite Stranger Things trailer music to date? Any bands you hope are in season 5?" To date, I would have to say my favorite music in a trailer. It's a toss up. I think I have to lean Separate Ways in the season 4 trailer. That is phenomenal. It got me so incredibly pumped. That's the top dog for me. Right behind that is Thriller in the season 2 trailer. Those two are like neck and neck. Those need to be. I mean, season 5's grown on me with its music, but season 4 is the king of hype music. For now, at least. Regarding bands, I hope being in season 5, I don't know, honestly. There are songs I might want to hear. Like I really want to hear a song by U2. I think that we looked this up on a Patreon stream recently. One of their albums came out in 1987. Joshua Tree. Still haven't found. I'm looking for. Would be great. I just think that pretty much U2 would be cool because they haven't been in the show. Apparently there's a needle drop in the finale that is unheard of. Like the Duffers somehow got the rights to use this song, and it's never really been in TV. I don't know what the hell that could be. A lot of people thinking Prince or Michael Jackson or the Eagles or something, and I don't know, but whatever they decide, whatever that ends up being, I'm here for it. If they go Prince, I want it to be Let's Go Crazy? That's the one I would want personally. That could be sick. Joe with the super chat says, "Is Hop in hiding too with the cap and beard look?" I think he might be, yeah, because everyone thinks he's dead, So he has this long bushy beard. He's got like a hunting jacket on. He seems like he's been out, on the outskirts of town, laying low with Elle. And so I'm with it, Joe. I think that he's been lying low intentionally. So yeah, I think he's been in hiding. Rach says, "What if Vecna taking Will memories?" And it was his B-day. So what if Vecna took some memories from Will and one of those was his birthday? That'd be funny. Would it be? Yeah. Everyone remember his birthday though. Remember, and that's one of the biggest, continuity errors in the history of Stranger Things is having a line in season 2 where it's like, Will talking about his birthday being March 22nd, and then in season 4, you have a video camcorder on March 22nd. It's just a complete, what are the odds type thing. I mean, it's not a disaster, but it is like, how do you do that? Oh, man. Super chat here. It says, "Do you think they'll end the show revealing it was all just a D&D campaign? And will you be doing an unboxing video for items?" Yes. So I do not think it'll be a D&D campaign. I know that was a funny little theory. Like, oh, what if it ended like this? It would ruin the show. And I agree. It totally would ruin the show. It's not going to end that way. The Duffers have shot that down and it would just be ridiculous and silly. So we don't have to worry about that. Regarding the PO box, yes. When I accumulate enough things to do a video, I probably will do PO box unboxings. Currently, I just have some letters. I feel like personally, for me at least, I don't want to read someone else's letter in a video. I think that's something that's more personal, right? And it's just something that can kind of stay between myself and whoever wrote the letter. So I've received a few letters, and I've people that I know of. I've DM'd them, a response to that letter. But yeah, if like items or whatever, yeah, I probably will do some sort of unboxing video eventually. But the PO box, it's in the description. The link, the address is in all the description of all my videos. But I do plan to do something with that eventually. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Will I be live streaming next Wednesday? Absolutely. I'm planning to live stream around 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll let you guys know at least 24 hours in advance before I go live, but I will be doing a pregame live stream leading up to the premiere of season 5. It's going to be nuts. Yeah, it'll be basically like, if you guys liked how I watched Cobra Kai, that's pretty much exactly what I'll be doing here. Dustin Erica Joyce would be the most shocking death. Kind of with that. I'm with that. Yeah. Erica especially would be shocking, man. That would be nuts. All right. Do I think Callie will return? I don't. I think that that ship has sailed. I think that she's done. She's done. Let's see. Looking through the chat here. Trying to find some that I haven't answered yet. Yeah, the filming locations. I might even go rock the film stock merch. I have to keep doing this. It's just I like to show it at filming locations. This will be on sale Friday. I'll have posts, with info on how you can get that on Friday. But definitely, if you do acquire film stock merch, be sure to send me a picture of it, and I will post it for sure on Instagram. And I'll probably do like a community tab dump, maybe even a video shout out as well, where I put it in a video. So yeah, consider it. Black Friday coming up as well. There will be a Black Friday sale. It'll all be on Firefly Shop. So yeah, have it in mind, is all I'm saying. Yeah, I 100% think we're going to see Dr. Owens, and I went in on a cool theory with him earlier on the stream. Let's go check it out, but it involved him getting broken out by Hopper. That would be nuts. That's all I'm saying. All right. Predictions for Enola Holmes 3. I haven't seen Enola Holmes 1 and 2, and I hate to admit that. I need to watch both of them. I probably will before the new one comes out so that I can do a ranking maybe. But hey, we'll find out. Brady Guy in here. Shout out Brady Guy. I'm pumped to cover season 5 all the live long day. Finn said that season 5 Ep 4 is one of his favorites of the whole show. I've heard phenomenal things about this Ep Sorcerer. That's the one they've really hyped up. I think that it's going to deliver, especially if we do get that like whole one take. Come on now. Frozen with Juice's favorite line from Stranger Things. Mine would have to be the entire Dear Billy monologue, the letter that Max read to Billy. If I'm allowed to do a full monologue, give me the letter. Hopper's letter to Elle. That's my favorite for sure. Please, for the sake of your poor old dad, keep the door open 3 inches. Beautiful. All right. Favorite comedic actor / actress. I think the funniest comedic actor of our time is Danny McBride. He steals every single thing he's in, whether it is This Is the End, whether it's Pineapple Express, whether it is a cameo in Due Date, anything Danny McBride shows up in, he's hilarious. I think Hot Rod. All the TV shows he's done, I've only seen highlights of. I haven't even checked out full seasons. He is so beyond hilarious to me. I'm going Danny McBride is the funniest man of our time. Have you ever watched Queso on YouTube? I don't think I have. I'm not familiar. I think I might have heard that name. Is that a streamer? Is that the guy who likes the Cowboys? I could be thinking of someone like the Dallas Cowboys football team. I might be thinking of someone else though. I think I might have heard of that guy. I don't know. On like TikTok. All right, let's see. I'm watching season 4 Ep 1 right now. Don't cry, Chrissy. Yeah. Chrissy. Chrissy Wake Up is my ringtone. Wow. That's commitment right there. When do I think the finale will... when after the finale do you think we'll get the documentary? Probably January or February. Maybe even July. They could do like for the 10-year anniversary of Stranger Things premiering. We shall see. Charlie. Hello. Do I genuinely prefer movies or shows? It just depends. I think getting an excellent show is actually better than watching an all-time movie. But I think we consistently get more really good movies than we do really good shows, if that makes sense. But when you find that show like a Stranger Things, or for a while there Game of Thrones, or Breaking Bad, or Better Call Saul, or like a sitcom that you adore as well. There's something Succession I recently watched in January. Shows like that, special. But a great movie also, you can just watch movies in 2 hours. Shows 40-hour commitment sometimes, so it's just different. But I think I would prefer an all-time show and getting invested in that and going on those characters' journeys for hours as opposed to an all-time movie, depending on my mood though. Star Wars fan mode super chat. Shout out the Luke Skywalker profile pic. Chris, funniest Stranger Things moment. Can I say a blooper? The blooper of Hopper, it's your grandma. That always kills me whenever I see it. But funniest moment that actually made the show. That's a good question on the spot. I think of season 3 when I think of humor. I get a really good kick out of the scene of Smirnoff and Murray in the back seat while Joyce and Hopper are in the front and they're bickering, and Murray just goes off on them and he's like, "Spare me, spare me, spare me," and he's talking about how like they're having like a lover's quarrel, etc., etc. Or what does he say? He's like, admit your feelings for each other, just pull over, get it over with. And then him and the funniest part to me is when him and Smirnoff are talking in Russian after that, and they just have a funny ass exchange there, where Murray is telling him, he's like, I told them they need to sleep together, and Smirnoff was like, they aren't already, and then they both just have this great like buddy laugh. That's one of my favorite comedic exchanges that came to mind immediately, probably. But there's lots of other funny moments in the show. Obviously, there's one with Dustin where he's in season 2. It's not even supposed to be funny. It's just when he's walking through the tunnels and like the spores shoot at him and he's just like screaming. I always get a kick out of that. Yeah, even in some of like Eleven's dialogue is funny to me, not like intentionally, but just the way she'll be like, no, or the way that she'll just in season 4, right? There's a moment where she is in she like piggybacks obviously to get over to Max's mind, and Vecna is like, you, and she just says hi and then like launches him, and that there's just funny moments like that as well. So lots of them, lots of options. You know what? I just talked myself into the funniest moment to me. The funniest one to me, it took me forever to get there. It is definitely in consideration. It is from season 3. And for whatever reason, it's when Billy blows the whistle and he's like, hey, Lord ass, no running. Do you want to be banned for life, Lord ass? I don't know why. That always gets a kick out of me, and I always quote it with Cam. That moment, don't know why, but it's always stuck out to me. Dylan says, yo, just got home from classes of the day of film school. We're 1 week away, dude. We're in the end game now. We are in the end game now, my friend. You got that right. We're nearly there. Right now, next week, we'll be 17 minutes out. That's insane to say out loud. So, yeah, we're almost there, dude. Thank you for stopping in, sending a super chat. Hey, oh, I missed that one. Hey, Chris, if we see a lot of Max in her mind, do you think we'll see many scenes where she listens to Lucas? That would be so sad if she can hear him this whole time but can't respond. Man. Yeah, we're supposedly getting a Volume 1 trailer, they're saying, on Sunday the 23rd. Oh, yeah, the breakdown of the Volume 1 might be a 2-hour-long video. Really and truly could be. Really and truly, it could be, man. All right. Who do you think Dustin is crying in Steve's arms over? I think he's just crying over like an emotionally intense situation. It could be Vecna played a mind game on him, or it could just be like, a brotherly love kind of moment. Final trailer Sunday. Yes, sir. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Do you think we'll get a poster for Volume 2? Yes. I think we'll get a poster for Volume 2 and the finale. They did that with season 4. I think they'll do it again here. It's going to be fun. All right. Let's see. I think there will be some major deaths throughout the season. I think mainly Murray is someone who I think is going to die in Volume 1. The OG party must survive. I certainly hope so. We're talking Joe here, Lonesome and Delete Ya. We got Delete Ya, Lonesome and State of Mind, both bangers. Lonesome and State of Mind, the first on the album, the first track. Great. It's great. Order this Hellfire Club shirt for season 5. Got to gear up. You know what else you can gear up on? Film stocked merch. It's coming out Friday. I've never done merch like this. I'm very excited, but I'll have more info coming soon on that in the coming days. Back on You's a banger as well from that album, man. It's a fire album. Let's see. Will Mr. Clark survive? Certainly Mr. Clark's going to survive. I don't think he's going to bite the dust. Killing him would be too much. Streets are saying there's a new trailer coming out, so stay tuned. Do I like gum? Yeah, mint, wintergreen extra is my preferred chewing gum flavor. Vanishing of Ted Wheeler would be nuts. Sean Levy said the finale is a masterpiece. I saw that in. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to go down as one of those all-time series finales that's talked about forever. And I really and truly believe it's going to be something special. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how it all goes down. I don't know if we'll get more Kate Bush. It would be cool to hear another Kate Bush song, like Not Running Up That Hill. We might have to hear Running Up That Hill again, though. It was just such a moment. It was so huge. Like, I think that they could definitely have it happen. Which season was your favorite vibe / aesthetic? Something about season 1 is very nostalgic to me because it is the first season and it's, the smallest in scale, small town Hawkins. I'll go with that in terms of the aesthetic. That or season 2 have really good aesthetic, in my opinion, or vibes, if you want to say that. Do I think the 4 episodes will come out at midnight? So those 4 episodes are coming out at 8 p.m. Eastern time on November 26th. So basically you just have to look up whatever that equates to in your time zone in the world, because that's 5 p.m. Pacific time in the US, which is California. That's also like 1 a.m., I want to say, in the UK. So it just depends where you live. But it's all dropping at the same time. Again, you just have to figure out where that is in your time zone in the world. But it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see. By the way, hit that like button if you guys are going to do it. Do it. Helps out tremendously if you're here live or on the replay. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I can get to your question, comment, concern. It's been an hour 40. And I didn't even realize it, and we're still going strong. So keep the questions coming. We'll go for a little bit longer here. Am I a fan of the Ted movies? And did you watch the prequel TV show? I watched Ted 2 with, funnily enough, Starcourt earlier this year. I have seen both Ted movies. I have not seen the prequel show. I've heard good things. I've heard it's hilarious. Just haven't seen it. I would say they're solid. They're not my favorite comedies, but they have some funny moments for sure, mainly Wahlberg. And then just, Seth MacFarlane's Ted voice is pretty, it's pretty nuts. Can't spell America without Erica. You got that right. You got that right. Do I think we'll see Officer Powell and Callahan return in season 5? I think so, but they can get bent. I mean, they can just get out of here. They're both lame characters, right? Am I wrong? Joyce Drive. One of my favorite quotes in the whole show, easily. Easily one of my favorite quotes. That's another funny one. A lot of the exchanges between Steve and Dustin are great in terms of the comedy of the show. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pumped for that final trailer. It's going to be awesome. Hey, first time chatting here. I've normally just lurked, but I think the exchange between Dustin and Steve could be Steve demanding Dustin to tell him what's wrong, and he just breaks down. Yeah, that could be sad, where it's like Dustin hasn't been himself, and Steve's like, man, like, what's going on? Like, talk to me. And then he breaks down and finally opens up to him about the grieving of Eddie. That could be, just a big brother, Eddie comforting, or Steve comforting, Dustin. That would hit. That might get me to cry, honestly. We'll see the context of that scene for sure. Polar Ice, yes. Great gum. All right. Love the Joe Burrow profile pic, by the way. What am I most excited for in season 5? Just honestly, various things. I really am excited. I said this on the Starcourt podcast. I'm excited to hear what music they go with, whether that is 80s songs on the soundtrack or just the original score composed by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. Whatever it ends up being, I'm just ready for all that, personally. The music, the upside down lore reveals, like all that stuff. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Any excitement for Top Gun 3? Moderately. I think it's a mistake probably to make that movie just because Maverick was perfect. And it was like, it was that moment. It sent off all the characters wonderfully. I don't think they should risk ruining that, in my opinion. So we'll see. But it could make a lot of money as well. It just everything needs to be intentional in that film. It doesn't need to be a cash grab. Have you seen Percy Jackson yet, Chris? I have seen season 1. I have not seen season 2. I will be watching it for sure next month when it comes out. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first season quite a bit. I'll probably review this new season on the channel. I did review the last season. I did like a final thoughts video, and you guys seem to enjoy that back in 2023, 2024. So yeah, I'll probably do something with it as well here. A rare moment. I'm actually caught up in the chat. almost. I think it will be The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler because she was falling in Dimension X. I'm with you. I'm pretty much 90% sure that's what it's going to be. Have you seen Lost? No, but I know a spoiler that kind of ruins the show, and so I'm probably never going to watch it, honestly. Yeah, you can't top those two movies in my opinion. They're just perfect together. Do I think we'll see another Christmas in season 5? I do think they would be sweet. I know that it's going to be the fall holiday season leading up to Christmas. I would love to see another Christmas. I just don't know if they're going to give it to us or not. We'll see. The OG Boys made it into Fortnite. I saw that. Yeah. I actually got messaged about that. People were like, hey, they're in Fortnite now. I was like, hell yeah. Very cool. Very cool. What's my favorite TV show after Stranger Things is over? I mean, it's always probably going to be Stranger Things, assuming they stick to landing. But you're saying like a new show that's coming out. That's the question. I mean, I don't know. What will rise to the top in terms of that? I mean, we'll see. It's a transitional period for television for sure, though, with Netflix losing multiple of its biggest shows. We'll see what my like favorite show on TV is, if that makes sense, with new episodes coming out. What is the big cliffhanger at the end of F4's Max waking up? It could be. I think that's a bit predictable. I think her waking up later or earlier might be preferred, but we'll see. I wouldn't hate it if it were in Sorcerer where she wakes up. I think we will get a more badass scene with Hopper where he's got grenades, a machine gun, maybe even a sword or a machete, and he just solos some Demogorgons or Demodogs. That would be awesome. Who would win in a fight, Johnny Lawrence or Jim Hopper? I love Hopper, but Johnny Lawrence is winning a fist fight. I mean, Johnny Lawrence is a badass. Cobra Kai never dies, baby. What are the chances Nolan wins another Oscar for The Odyssey? I'd say high. I'd say pretty high. I think he has a chance to make history going back to back. I'm pretty confident that movie's going to rule. I have no reason to doubt it. Yeah, Stranger Things is it's an all-timer for me. Once in a lifetime type show. Fully agree. Am I interested in yeah, I'm very interested in Project Hail Mary. The trailer I genuinely loved. I liked how it used Champagne Supernova by Oasis, like an epic remix of that. The visuals shined, in my opinion. It's also directed by underrated directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I'm a fan of the Jump Street movies. They're heavily involved in the Spider-Verse films. Yeah, I think that movie is going to be awesome. It's quickly become one of my most anticipated next year, and I haven't read the book. I want to. I know of certain things that happen, but I think that won't take away from the cinematic experience. It's quickly become one of my most anticipated next year. All right, we'll wrap it up here shortly. So fire off any questions you want to get in before we end this thing. Super chat in if you have a burning question that I haven't answered. And of course, hit that like button and stay tuned for the Film Stock merch drop coming Friday. Mount Rushmore of comedy actors. I will go Will Ferrell. I think he has to be on there. I'm talking just as a comedic actor, but he has the body of work, the resume, and he's just hilarious. So Will Ferrell's on there. I would say, I know a lot of people would have Sandler and Jim Carrey. I'm not putting them on mine just because, again, personal preference. I'd probably say genuinely Jonah Hill is so freaking funny in the Jump Street movies, and This Is the End pretty much Superbad. Like, he's got to be on there for me. Ooh, that's where it gets tough after that. Those two are pretty much shoo-ins. I would go McBride, and then I guess I would throw a bone to Rogen. Seth Rogen, yeah. I don't know how confident I am in that list, and I definitely forgot some people, but that's where I'll go. I think I can live with that. I probably forgot some people, but I can live with that list. All right. Where was I in the chat? All right. I'm not excited for Avatar Fire and Ash. I've made that pretty clear. I'm not a huge Avatar fan. And after The Way of Water, I think I'm probably done with the franchise. So I don't plan to see the new one. But I know there's a lot of people who love those movies, and it'll make $2 billion, but I probably won't. Merch this Friday or next? This Friday, the 21st, but it'll be on sale for a while. So you can get it on the Black Friday week. But yeah, it's going on sale Friday, the 21st. I have seen every Jumanji movie. I might as well, or I guess I haven't seen this third one they did, which is the second one with Dwayne Johnson. Haven't seen that, but I've seen the other ones. Hit that like button, helps out tremendously. I hope Max doesn't wake up blind. I don't know if she will. I hope she heals, but only time will tell. Favorite snack? I mean, there's so many to choose from. I love a good, snack. Popcorn is a great snack, in my opinion. Any kind of popcorn. If you're at the movie theater, it's a great snack. If it's a bag of Skinny Pop, if it's, Smart Food, if it's any variation, caramel corn, whatever it may be, popcorn's a great snack. Peanut butter cracker, you can't go wrong with that. Those are some snacks, I would say. If you're getting crazy, some Greek yogurt if you're trying to go protein heavy, Is it a hot take that I prefer Creed over Rocky? Honestly, no. I think that Creed is a top tier film in the franchise. I go Rocky all day. But I respect that take. I think putting Creed 2 or 3 over Rocky is where I would go. That's a hot take. Are there characters you genuinely want to die and don't want living through the show? I can't think of any. Angela, if she's still out there somewhere. No, I think Vecna, I want to die, but I'm not rooting for the death of anyone. I think it's going to be sad whoever bites the dust. I think Murray should die. I'm not rooting for him to die, though. No, I'm not rooting for anyone to die. Cobra Kai never dies. Got that right. Demogorgons or Demodogs? Demogorgons, the classic OG. Dogs are cool, but the Gorgons, the Demogorgons, they're the best to me. Go to movie theater, snack, and drink. I answer this question always because I love it. Popcorn. All right. I'm getting popcorn. If it's me, I might go large. All right. I'm ANC Stubbs A-list, so I can do large. With Cam, I like to have, large popcorn, which is, it hits. Then you go, if you're splurging, you get Reese's Pieces. Put them in the popcorn, and then you get, if you really are splurging, an icy, a cherry icy, or Slurpee, or whatever you want to call it. But honestly, bringing your own drink from home is kind of the move now. I did that the other day. I brought a Diet Dr. Pepper in. I was like, this was actually better. But if you want to get nuts, the cherry icy hits. Favorite David Fincher movie? Undoubtedly The Social Network. There was a point in my life where I was trying to memorize the Sean Parker speech scene, the Justin Timberlake character. I was like, every night I would memorize it before I went to sleep. I actually got it memorized at one point. And now I can't remember it for the life of me, the full thing, but I was dedicated to memorizing it for some stupid reason. But The Social Network is the most rewatchable movie by far, and I think it's best. And my favorite, all the above. What is it? A Stanford MBA named Roy Raymond wants to buy his wife a nice pair of thigh highs without judgment, but et cetera, et cetera. And then it ultimately ends up with alone. I don't know how I memorized that. I was just I'm going to memorize this like it's a freaking school project. Let's actually just read it together. So let's just do this. Why not? We've gotten 2 hours into the stream. We might as well just read a monologue from The Social Network, because why the hell not? Maybe I'll go watch that tonight. Don't tempt me. All right. I memorized it. I'm not making this up. I have memorized this in my life for some stupid reason. And I'm about to do it again right now. I memorized this from Sean Parker. Okay. Don't ask why. My brain does stupid things. A Stanford MBA named Roy Raymond wants to buy his wife some lingerie, but he's too embarrassed to shop for it at a department store. He comes up with an idea for a high-end place that doesn't make you feel like a pervert. He gets a $40,000 bank loan, borrows another $40,000 from his in-laws, opens a store, and calls it Victoria's Secret. Hold up. Stranger Things just posted in the middle of that. They said 1 week, but it's just a picture of Erica, so we've already seen that. So here we go. He gets a $40,000 bank loan, borrows another $40,000 from his in-laws, opens a store, and calls it Victoria's Secret. Makes $500,000 his first year. He starts a catalog, opens 3 more stores, and after 5 years, he sells the company to Leslie Wexner in the Limited for $4 million. Happy ending, right? Except 2 years later, the company's worth $500 million, and Roy Raymond jumps off the Golden Gate Bridge. Poor guy just wanted to buy his wife a pair of thigh highs. I don't know why I decided to memorize that, but I spent probably a week before I went to sleep just reading that on IMDb. I have no clue what possessed me to do that, but yeah, The Social Network. I have seen 1 episode of the CW Flash. I just couldn't get into it. Chocolate chip cookies, amazing. Milk Duds, too chewy and they stick to your teeth. They almost hurt your gums when you eat them as well. When you eat a taco, do you turn your head to the taco or do you turn the taco to you? Like, who's dominating in that situation? Phenomenal wording, by the way. Let me actually think about this real quick. I think the taco, I think it's a 50-50 situation. But I think the taco is getting turned. So keep watch, burn, rise of Skywalker, Dominion, Deadman, Tell No Tales, nuclear fallout. That's my answer. I can't do that right now. I think just I'm sending a nuke to that question. I'm lighting that question on fire. It's getting Vecna'd. How about that? Reese's Pieces and Popcorn is glorious. Will there be a Vol 1 trailer? Apparently on Sunday. Yes. We have a super chat. What is the plan for next week leading up to the season 5 and when does it come out? So I'm planning to do final predictions video. I'm planning to do a stream leading up to the episodes, a breakdown, reactions, all that jazz. It's just going to be, I'll probably put out a more succinct plan, but you know, I don't know, but one of those days I'm going to get that breakdown out. It's going to be interesting. Thoughts on Sadie Sink in Secret Wars? I said earlier in the stream, I was like, I want her to be Jean Grey. Probably unrealistic, but it would be sick. Which will be Endgame, Lumax or 11? I think Lumax has a better chance because I think both of those characters have a higher likelihood of living. Go rewatch The Social Network and enjoy it, my friend. It's a glorious film. It's a glorious film, honestly. I might watch it tonight. Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, Hunger Games. Shoot. I think I lean Harry Potter just because those movies are like, I mean, they're legendary films. But I quite enjoy the Hunger Games movies, and you know, they all have their moments to shine. I almost just dropped my phone on the ground. They all have their moments to shine, though. Favorite Stranger Things meme? Smirnoff sipping the Slurpee in the car, smiling. Shout out Ewan, man. I'm glad to see you in here, dude. I was shouting you out earlier. Social Network with Andrew Garfield, Jesse Eisenberg. It's goated. Yeah, Hunger Games is awesome. I have not seen Doctor Who. My buddy Ollie from across the pond has told me I need to check it out. What is a better plot twist, Fight Club or The Sixth Sense? Fight Club, maybe. Both are pretty good. Don't want to say what they are. I love The Social Network as well. Favorite Star Wars show? I haven't seen Andor season 2 yet, so I'll probably lean Mando season 1 and 2. But even then, Andor season 1's phenomenal. Clone Wars is great. I don't know. We'll see. Would I ever do a Spielberg top 10? I'm going to do a Spielberg ranking when his next movie comes out. I've just put my rewatch and watch for the first time on hold for that reason. I was like, I might as well just wait. But yeah, I'm probably going to call it a stream. It's been right at almost 2 hours now. Been a fun one. I just watched Wicked for Good. I've been sobbing my eyes out. That was my fiance Cam. Yeah, it's emotional for sure. I prefer the first film, but it's an emotional ending. And I enjoyed the film, but I do prefer the first. But on that note, Film Stocked merch, guys. Be sure to check it out. Dropping Friday the 21st. Film Stocked. See you on the other side. Boom. Shout out Firefly for designing this. Firefly shop. Awesome stuff. So this is coming out on Friday. It'll be on sale. I'll obviously post details about how you can get some. Hold the front door. Breaking news from Starcourt himself. New poster dropped. Hold on now. I think I see it, dude. That's sick. Dude. Yeah, we're going to end on that note. Woo! Damn. That's clean. Let me show it to the world real quick. I just like how subtle it is. Like, this is it right here. So you guys can see it says, welcome to Hawkins Stranger Things 5. It's got the release dates. You see a bike. You see like what looks like maybe the radio tower, smoke in the sky, a barbed wire fence that looks like it's blocking off downtown. I think it's time to end on that note. That's a great way to end the stream, in my opinion. I think I'm going to go make a little video about that right now, a little short, a little TikTok action. Wow. Hell yeah to that. That's thrilling. That's thrilling. I love that. That is a clean poster right there. Big fan. So, hey, we won. What a great way to end the stream. We actually have a super chat real quick to end the stream because I almost missed it and that would have been awful. Hey, Chris, love your videos. There was a Billie Jean and Stranger Things edit. It's the best edit I have ever seen. Have you seen it? If not, can I at you? Yeah, at me, please, or DM that to me and I'll check it out. I don't think I've seen that. Please send it my way. I would love to see it. I always love a good Stranger Things edit. Anytime I'm on my For You page on TikTok and I see one, it's an immediate watch and usually I like. And sometimes a rare repost if it's good enough. But thank you for notifying me that. I would love to see that. Please send it my way. Ben, apparently we are getting a final trailer on Sunday, so I'll be covering that as you all know. But shout out Jacob coming in clutch to end the stream here. We got a new poster and it's a thing of beauty, guys. See it? There you go. It's pretty awesome. All right, that's going to do it for this stream. What a fun one. 2 hours on the dot. Thank you to everyone who watched live or on the replay. Thank you to those who liked, commented, sent a question, lurked, whatever it might be. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. And thank you as well to those who sent a super chat and went the extra mile. Thank you so much. Patreon is the place to be for extra content with regard to more Stranger Things videos, more live streams like this with just less people in them so I can get to every question. It's a fun time all around. And of course, this Friday, the Film Stocked merch drop is happening in collaboration with Firefly Shop. I'll have details on that coming soon, but you can get this right here. It's embroidered. It's on a nice crew neck. It's real comfortable, and you can get a t-shirt version of it as well. So be on the lookout for that. Lots of videos on the way, and I'll end with this. Chris, just want to say, love your Patreon. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you all who are fellow patrons. I want to end with this. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. Link down below. Just go do it. I post some cool stuff over there. IG is a fun place to be. And of course, go check out my Wicked for Good review. Check it out. It's my most recent video. Go show some love to it. But that really is going to do it for real this time. I'm ending the stream. Going to make a quick little video about this new poster. They cooked. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.